Geelong and District Football League. We are the Raiders from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how.
Good morning and welcome again to the GDFL Footy Show, coming to you from Buckley's Entertainment Centre on another very cold Saturday morning. Big round of matches last weekend with the Geelong West Cheetahs, too good for Inverleith, still to open their account for 2013 with Daniel Harrison booting 4 goals for the Cheetahs. A great job indeed. The Tommy Tigers out at the Thompson Thunderdome, too good for the Cry Devils, with Corey Normington kicking 4 goals for the Tommy Tigers. Belpo still, the Panthers continue on their winning way with a win over Winchelsea, but by gee, Winchelsea were not disgraced. It was like a shootout out at the Gun Club, with Matt Jovanovic kicking 8 goals in magnificent form and his coach Brett Gerg kicking 5 goals as well. A great effort indeed. The Bannockburn Tigers, by crikey, they had a real good win out there, they did, against the Belmont Lions, and their floor managers not happy about that. And the son of the gun, Matthew Tyquin, kicking 5 goals for the Bannockburn Tigers. A great effort indeed too. East Geelong, much too good for Anarchy, but Anarchy still a chance to make the final 5 yet, don't you worry about that. And the 94.7 match of the day was out at the Keith Barclay Oval, where the North Geelong Magpies absolutely went on a picnic in the last half of the game and absolutely belted the poor guys from the Quacker Dome, the Werribee Centurions. Blake Podner, the haircut, kicking 6 goals, and a great effort indeed. Hello, I'm Dick Phgilpott, and once again I have assembled some of the biggest names and brains in country football to eradicate, adjudicate, communicate, and definitely not procrastinate. And the man at my left, of course, we've got a bit of a grunt coming up later because Kev Murphy and others pinched our morning tea last week. Talk about later, but how are you, Grubby?
Well, not too good actually, mate.
What's
I've got to
wrong, mate?
admit, you know, last week I think you've actually got me here. Collingwood give Carlton a hiding, North Geelong give Werribee Sentinels a hiding, so I think I'm going to be a very quiet, subdued little insect this morning.
Oh, that'll be a change, and we won't be complaining about that either. No, I think somehow you'll make some noise later on. And of course, the man who needs absolutely no introduction is the #1 commentator in country football, the legend from the Geelong Footy Club. There he is, Eric Nicholls. G'day, mate.
Morning, Dick. Nice to be back again, and great to see you firing pretty well.
Yeah, it's nice to be back again.
Multi-sported.
What's that?
Multi-sported. I thought
Yes,
I saw
I
you
know.
on
I'm a
the
bit tired
netball.
this morning because I had to do the netball show this morning too. I was up at 6 o'clock.
No, they're
They
about
me
you.
threw the doona off me and I had to get in there and I missed out on my bacon and it. Sharp, you know. So it was interesting indeed. But yes, it was the big game out at the Keith Barclay Oval last Saturday afternoon. North Geelong Magpies taking Werribee Centrals, and with Eric is the coach of the Magpies, Doggy Ryan. Here they go.
Well, here at North Geelong, after a meritorious win, I think for the first time this season, a reasonably happy North Geelong coach. Darren Ryan, welcome.
Welcome, mate. Yeah, really happy, mate. Just obviously with the score and the way the boys went about it, probably halfway through the second quarter and on from there was really good. It was pleasing to see.
I guess from a spectator point of view, second v third and win by 120 odd points, not a good spectacle for the public, but to hell with them, you're here to win a premiership.
Well, but that's what our role is, and that's my role, is obviously to guide this club hopefully to a premiership. And we're getting there. We've got a lot of work to do. There's no doubt. We've got East Geelong's playing really good football at the moment, and then obviously Balbo's still the club that we really respect, and they're the leaders of the club, of the league, and it's exciting that we get an opportunity to play them in a couple of weeks' time. So it's really looking forward to it.
Having said what we've said, Darren, to put it in perspective, I suppose Werribee very, very disappointing today. Certainly a lot of injuries before the game. They sustained a few through the game, but you're still able to keep doing what you needed to do.
Yeah, well, they've obviously had their injuries, and we're virtually probably at full strength, to be honest with you. So, in this day and age, you lose 4 or 5 guys out of your side. Losing Cassidy and Montebruno not playing, obviously big losses to those guys. And that would have made a massive difference to this club today. But fortunately enough, our guys work really hard, and at the end of the day, everyone's going to have 1 or 2 blokes out, and you've just got to deliver each week. And if you're not prepared to deliver each week, you're going to get caught out.
It's interesting, your seconds on top also, there must be competition for places, and it was interesting to see some of the young fellas today really put in, and to me, they think, well, I've got to play well to get a place.
Oh, absolutely. I spoke to the guys before today's game. Basically we're there to decide to win today so they can keep, obviously, their double chance. And I guess our thing was to do all the right things, but obviously the guys have got to be there to win their own position, to obviously play in finals and hold your spot. And the way they played today, the boys really held their spot really well. And the main thing is they did the right thing by the team, and that's what we look at. Look, I say to the guys, you don't need to go and get 30 possessions. You just need to make sure you do the right thing by your teammates and care, and you'll get the opportunity to stay on this side.
Have you got many players to come back? One that comes to my mind, Blake Miller, perhaps. Is he likely to get back from injury?
Yeah, Blake Miller is playing under 18s at the moment. In the last 2 weeks, he's kicked 7 and 8, I think it's been. So obviously, he's a really good option to come back through. We've got another guy, obviously Brady Watts, our captain, didn't play today. So, great opportunity for him to get back in, obviously, next week, depending on work and so forth. That. And Aaron Jervis, he's got a torn quad. So hopefully, I think he'll be 2 to 3 weeks away. We've got Trent Grant that has only played 1 game for the club this year so far, and the kid can play. So sort of a bit of an unknown, to be honest with you. But we've got some really, but it just shows the depth that we've got in our reserves. A really, really good, obviously Kane Swenson and so forth like that.
I've got to say, he didn't escape my notice, young Grant. He looked very, very, potentially very good in the reserves. And it's good to have those sort of fellas that, one, is backup, but also making competition for places in the seniors very fierce, because that's going to keep you a better side.
Oh, absolutely. And you thrown in Andrew Ferguson, just another bloke who played a fantastic game today in the reserve. So that really does create pressure inside the group, and and all that does is we're picking up the blokes like Daniel Keys and drive the expectations up that South Barwon did through their success in finals and what they do, and just the level Daniel Keys come to this club, and then he's showing our guys the level you've got to get to and how you've got to perform week in and week out to hold your spot. Is just he's been exceptional, and there's no doubt the young guys are leaning off that and learning very good.
What interest do you take in the fact that Belpost Hill have kicked 21 goals to Winchelsea 19 today? Interesting? Oh,
it's interesting, but let's look at Winchelsea. They've been fantastic, haven't they, really? Winchelsea have been a very good side. They're, obviously well coached by Mensch and so forth. That, and, I guess Belpost Hill have probably had a couple of lazy weeks. I think, I know when we get to play them in a couple of weeks' time, they're going to be firing, mate. There's no doubt about that, and that's probably what they're missing. And they're probably missing a challenge. I'm not going to look too much in that. I think we know when we play Belpost Hill, they're going to be on fire. There's no doubt.
A great interview there with Eric Nicholls, and the great coach from the North Geelong Magpies, travelling along very nicely. Eric, he'd be pretty happy, wouldn't he?
Well, I've never seen Doggy happier doing an interview, and I guess he just came off 15 goals to 2 in the second half. And
the last 100 points of the game by the Magpies.
They just absolutely demoralised them.
Right, are you bloke? They had 15 players out. They've only had half a side in. Give them, geez.
I thought you were going to be quiet.
Oh, yeah, but when you got 15 out of your best 22 not playing and lose 3 more, jeez.
Oh, you've cracked them now, haven't you?
Don't worry about that.
Bad day at North Geelong, mate.
Hey, I reckon they still would have won with Werribee had their best side, but not by that.
He's got some great form at the moment, Blake Podden, Eric, hasn't he?
Yes, a very good young player. We've seen him twice for the year out at North, and he's been outstanding on both occasions.
Yeah, so the Magpies going along very nicely and kicking the last 100 points of the game last Saturday
against
afternoon.
The seconds.
Did I mention that before, did I?
Yeah, against the seconds. Yeah.
Against the seconds, don't you love him? We're going to pay some bills, take a break, come back, we'll have a look at the ladder, and we come back and talk about the culture as well. Back up.
Raiders from all around Geelong, I'm here to tell you how football is strong.